Hi, my name is Van. I'm 14 and the only child of the family. My family is average, not very well-off family. My parents are both employees of an insurance company. Since I was a child, I was taught by my parents to follow the model of the perfect child of all parents. I know almost nothing but studying. My tomorrow is the day that I know today. Here's the schedule. Waking up in the morning, then going to school, taking a nap at noon, then going to school in the afternoon, going home to rest, taking extra classes at night, sleeping and waiting for tomorrow. Many people will wonder why I was just in ninth grade and learned so much. I honestly don't understand why my parents want me to learn so many things, from advanced knowledge in school subjects, English to soft skills such as information technology, being an MC. Sometimes I often think that I am a student who is rushing to learn to get ready for life. I myself was busy studying. My parents were busy from dawn to dusk with their huge workload at the company. Meals are a rare time when we can meet each other, but my parents will take just a brief time to eat, then rush back into their work. By the end of the week, my parents only take their time to sleep to revitalize. My parents did not scold me or complain anything regularly. Actually, they did not have time to do it, but sometimes they reminded me of my studies. Last midterm test, I only got 6 points in math and I left the results right on my desk. Early in the morning, Dad came into my room to give me his usual allowance. And when he saw my test result, he told me, "We worked so hard to make money for you to go to school, but the results are like this? We won't give you money every week anymore. You have to fix it quickly." He scolded me, but he didn't know that those threats didn't work at all, because what I needed was not his money. But anyway, these words affected me in a different way. It was true that my parents worked too hard, and I should try to thank them. I studied day and night to prepare for the final exam. I don't know how the final exam result was, but I swear I did my best. As evidenced by my furiousness, right after the end of the exam, I was hot, had a fever, and could not sleep at night. The next morning, my mother came into my room and found me with fever. I thought that mom would stay at home and take care of me today. Now I keep in mind that only when I was sick could my mother and I be together. Yet, she let me down. She gave me 1 million and told me to go to the private hospital near my house to see the doctor. Today the company has to work overtime. My parents cannot be absent. At that time I wondered, what are my parents trying to do? If they try because of me, then why would they leave me in such a coma? Do my parents think that making enough money is to show love to their children? I am not my parents' employee and cannot live with my parents for money. That night, with my tiredness, I was still angry, leaving my home. Actually, I was only going to take a short time to escape from the bad feelings that surrounded me. Still, in my pocket, there was only 1 million that my mom gave me this morning. With my young age, my studies were unfinished. I fell into the feeling that I just want to leave my home forever. But actually, I don't have the means to do so. Well, this time I risked running away from home. The first 2 days, I met the children living on the street and asked to stay with them for a few days. I gave them half of the money to get a place to stay. They openly welcomed me. I followed them around the street, of course, really far from my home. Getting bored with nothing to do, I became much friendlier. Trying to make friends with my kids at the park to have someone to talk. Unexpectedly, they did not have time to play with me. They had their work to do all day. Some sold lottery tickets, some sold newspaper, some assisted the bistro, and some are even beggar. I could only talk to them late at night when they all finished their work. After getting acquainted for 2 days, I dared to ask, "Where are your parents? Why do you have to go to work by yourself?" The lottery selling friend answered me, "Our parents also go to work, but not enough to live, so we have to work extra jobs." I kept asking, "Don't you guys study?" "We don't have money to study." So do your parents have time to take care of you guys? Our parents still can't sleep enough, so we have to work as a laborer to have money to live. But I know they love me so much. How do you know? Everyone knows that no parents do not love their children. So do your parents. I thought silently. Perhaps the fact that my parents didn't care about me was due to the job that threw them in the swirl of this life, and we never sat down to listen to each other's wishes. I have to spend more time with my parents so that we can have a truly happy family. But I left for a few days without my parents searching for me. Wouldn't they be worried about me? I also wonder in my heart about this. On the third day's morning, when I was taking a good nap under the shade of an old tree in the park, suddenly someone came to wake me up. Opening my eyes, my parents were in front of me, their eyes welling up and embracing me. It turned out that my parents had been looking for me for the past few days. They alerted the police and posted notices everywhere looking for me. They were really delighted to meet me. It was at this moment that I suddenly felt blessed to have both my loving parents. On the way home, my parents never mentioned that I ran away. They just kept quiet and hugged me. Maybe they didn't want to make me have a neuropsychological problem. Okay, this time I will be the one to proactively tell my parents so we will understand each other better. But how can I speak my mind? My mind suddenly went blank.